Mainstream media always act as if Putin one day stepped out of his bed, fell over, got angry and decided to invade Ukraine. But they leave out a whole other part of the story. What they don't tell you is that Ukraine made a choice. Back in 2013, Ukraine needed money and they had two options. On the one side, they could choose the IMF, backed by the USA. They offered $15 billion in loans. On the other side, they could choose Russia, who also offered $15 billion in loans. Tiny side note, the IMF, backed by the US, had several terms that Ukraine had to comply to. Ukraine had to implement several very harsh austerity measures, and they were to allow foreign companies to buy land in Ukraine. On the other hand, you had Russia's 15 billion, and they offered no terms. Just 15 billion, you pay it back when you want. And because the Russian one was clearly better, the Ukrainian president at the time chose for the Russian offer. Well, completely coincidentally, right after accepting Russia's offer, a coup d'etat was staged in Ukraine to depose the current president who had chosen for Russia. And this was completely orchestrated by the USA, as later has been confirmed in several leaked WhatsApp messages and phone conversations. The US then got to power in Ukraine and installed in Kiev a pro-West puppet. And the old president who had accepted the offer of Russia, he had to flee to Russia. And even in the European Parliament, it is now officially recognized that the US has a very big share of all the land in Ukraine. And that's not really a crazy thing, because Ukraine has for over $15 trillion of unmined minerals and rare earth metals in the ground. And over 17% of those materials are in the regions Donbass and Luhansk, the exact regions where the war is being fought. So all these American companies, they bought all that land in those regions after America basically staged a coup d'etat. Well, then the story sounds completely different than the one the mainstream media tries to tell you.